Okay, so I'm David Stanley and I host the Spiritual Journey on YouTube that started in 2019. Tonight we will be looking at part four of um, Flat Earth versus Globe experiment, and it's the update for the 4th of June. And we're here today with Kevin Samuel from Austria, and um, he's one of the members for the group that we have to find an experiment for Shiva. Um, and this was one of the um, experiments proposed, one of the good experiments proposed. So over to you, Kevin. Can you give us your presentation of what the experiment that you propose would be? Yes.
Yeah, I heard you want me to say something about my journey, how I started about flat Earth, and then I can tell you how I came up with this experiment. At first saw a mountain too far away in the Canaries and was pondering about that, and then saw the Varanon series, and then it was clear to me that something's wrong. And yeah, over the time with friends, we thought about how you can do stuff mechanical because the refraction argument is good and it's enhancing better and better that the refraction cannot work as it should for the globe. But when we go mechanical testing, then it's clear as day when we do something which you can measure firsthand. And so we created a group, and I have a Telegram group also, t.me/force the line, where I started thinking about this and calculating, and then after time it grew and I started building. And yeah, it turned out to be a huge project, much more than I thought, because there's no lines, no fishing lines which have the exact um, measurements as needed. So I had to produce one like that first. Yeah, and so to give you a quick overview about the test, you need a fishing line which is neutrally buoyant. So it has the property to have the same density as water, because we want to pull a fishing line straight below water, and it has the same density that it neither goes up or nor down and remains one position below water. And the fishing lines which exists are slightly rising up or going down because the fishermen don't need the line which remains one position. They are fine when it goes up, or they also have to calculate the swimmer the weight, and we don't have the swimmer. So I built a spinning wheel to spin two fishing lines together. And then I had one line which could remain underwater. And yeah, I did it. I did it 2.7 kilometers, and I did it like slightly below the water surface, so that it didn't the surface tension doesn't make an impact, doesn't make an influence. And you can see the video on my YouTube channel, Kevin Samuel Bo, Kevin Samuel, and then BO for my last name. And and I like to see more tests of this, because I did one test slightly below the water. And I didn't mention yet that over this distance, the line should sink a good amount more than I could show with my fingers, like 15 centimeters. But it didn't. And so this was a flat Earth success. But I would have like to do. I wanted to do one more, more even deeper in the water. But then it went too late, and the boats came, and you cannot go when there's traffic. Pull a line over this distance, and yeah, one boat ran over it. So, and it's a huge um, work to build the line first. Yeah, and it broke, and so I would have need to do it again, but life comes in between, and yeah, now that's why I like to propose it to physicists. Maybe they have even machines where you can twist this thing mechanically, and don't need to spin it. I spin these two lines with a screwdriver. I used this, and it took like many weeks or many work days, let's say this, to create this fishing line. But in the end, I was happy with the result, and yeah, I like to propose this because I think it's a mechanical thing where there isn't any other, and there are claims that someone built a structure in the 19th century, but you don't have first-hand sources of this, and they didn't have video yet, and so this is not this could be redone as well. um, and it has nothing to, you don't have to involve air bending of optics, and this you only have to calculate water densities and densities of those lines, but those are all values which we can firsthand can measure. And I at first put some piece below water and tried that, but you can go more accurate with the whole thing and measure the whole line as well. And yeah, other challenges which others proposed is not a challenge at all, like water temperature. Water temperature has a very small impact on the density on the fishing line, and it's all in the third decimal point, and which is in the margin of error, and is a good value. And yeah, it's clear to have the two outputs. Either the line sinks 15 centimeters, you can go even 6 kilometers, which one globe earther, Jesse Gordon, wants to do. I don't know if he's still into it, but he said he wanted to do it this summer. So also my proposal is, if someone from Washington State watching, flat earthers, please join him to control this. And yeah, either it sinks or it doesn't. And for me, it didn't sink. And yeah, I would like to see this thing repeat. I like the other ones as well. I don't think I read more into refraction claims as well, and this is also a thing which is against globe Earth, too far observations or planes, which Man of Stone wants to do. It's all fine. I like to see more and several experiments done after time from physicists. I always also look in the German community what for physicists to debate. I debate in text with physicists, and yeah, that's about it about my trial. I like to see it done again, as I said, but for me personally, it's difficult without the monetary yeah, at least it's not about the material, but you have to invest some time to do it. And I did it once, and I have family and job, and it's you need at least a month or two of paid time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the only challenge about this trial. Yeah.
right. So the fishing line was over 2.7 kilometers. Yes. How did you pull it tight? What was the method for pulling it tight?
Yeah, I built. Well, I bought English term missing the thing which you can um, pull screw. Um, I missed it. It's already a year
Okay.
gone. You can you can drill you could drill a line on a thing
Yeah,
which you can screw. You know what I mean? A
yeah,
rope wrench. Yeah, that's the term. I used one rope wrench on one side, and I on the other side I had this a scale which showed the amount of pull. So on one side I pulled it tight. I bought this rope wrench. I put it on a board, screwed it on the ground, put some weight on it, and on the other side, then in the water I put bags that it remained below the surface, um, and on the other side I attached it on a stone, and before the stone I put a fine measurement scale which indicated how much the pool was, and measurement shows and calculation shows that already a small, if you have a neutrally buoyant um, um, rope, then a small amount of pull is enough, like a 10 kilogram. Um, yeah, it was about that, but you can go even stronger if you have two rope branches. This is another um, enhancement which I would do if I would do it again. One rope branch on one and pull on the other side as well with another one. And you have to pull a little bit in before to compensate for the enlargement, but the two materials were the stretch of the line, but the material which we had was polyethylene, which doesn't have um, much of a stretch. So as soon as you overcome this uh, time until it stretches, then it goes very hard and it's tight. You went. I think it was. I think it was 50 meters or something, maybe even less, which was like stretch of the material, and um, then it's tight. This is another value you have to think about. Yes, the stretch of the material. We had polyethylene as one material, as the slightly heavier one than water, and we had nylon as slightly lighter than water. But the attachment points were only on the polyethylene, and so only the elasticity of the um, polyethylene is important to put into perspective. You
So
get it?
yeah, so so it was the the fishing line was just below the water. Yes. Did you say
Centimeter or
seven
centimeter up. Yeah.
7 centimeters? How did you measure that all across? How did you measure it?
Yeah, I measured it with with only stick. I'm German. I
A
don't have
ruler.
all the
Yeah.
terms, but yeah, like this. But I only went on.
We're having a spot of bother with the connection there. And you're completely frozen. I don't know if we can get you back.
The same amount deep as on the sides. I didn't measure it all along. We thought about you could have a camera like a fishing thing going over the whole distance, but for me it was enough to see the middle portion to have the see if the middle portion was lower or not. But yeah, in enhancement could be you go all the with the camera all the distance, but middle is the important one, and you can measure it with a simple mechanical thing because it's slightly below water, and even if you do 20 centimeters, you can still do it
Oh,
with a straight measurement device.
so, um, how much curvature did you measure?
Yeah. Um, it was half a centimeter on the sides and it was half a centimeter in the middle, and it was 0.0 curvature if you want to define it like that. um yeah, no curvature at all, still
Oh,
missing.
so so what you're saying is water lies flat and level. Yes. Well, that's something we we knew,
Yes, yes.
and
Water is calm waters remain level. Yeah, if you don't have waves, yeah.
yeah. Where was it? Where did you do the test? What was the
It's the
lake
biggest
called?
lake in Styria, Grundlsee. It's the biggest lake in Styria, my my state in Austria. It's the biggest lake there. It's you could go even more. You could go even more, but yeah, I started at 3 a.m. in the morning. Woke up then, and in the morning, in the summer, it was very calm. You could watch over the lake, and you didn't see a ripple. The only ripple was me going with my boat, and then on the other side, no ripple again. It was a very calm day as well. Yeah, so the weather is also a factor to think about, but of course you go to do these things when it's a good day and no wind. Yeah,
Does does the lake ever freeze over? Do you ever get a
I
frozen
don't
lake?
think so. Good question. It's like 2 hours away from me, two and a little more, so I don't regularly go there. I just I needed a bigger lake, so I can't tell you. It must be very cold. I assume it doesn't with this distance, but in a cold winter, I will look it up. Good question. I don't know.
Yeah, be interested to do some measurements if it does freeze over. Yes. So,
Yeah, yeah. But we have lakes in England as well, like that. But especially in the state, there are bigger lakes. Important is also that this lake is doesn't have too many sources flowing in and out. That it's a calm one as well. To don't have too many ripples. Yeah, that's also a factor with this one. But I also didn't want Another word missing. You know, these artificial lakes, because I wanted a natural lake to that I know it's if it's a globe, it's in the structure built in and nothing messed up with building. And they could have the excuse that they built a level thing while constructing. But this is a natural lake, and so it's a natural part of the non-existing globe. Yeah.
Right. Well, I will put a link to video to your video of the experiment in the description box under this video. Okay. So there will be a link.
I
Telegram.
missed your sound.
Yeah.
Telegram group as well. Yeah. Wait, I will put off my Wi-Fi.
Right. You've frozen again. Yes. So can you still hear me? Oh yeah.
Now you're back.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we're having a bit of luckily you're not on the moon or somewhere because the reception would be really bad.
Bad connection. Yeah, it's enough even in remote areas here. So you saw there's a video of someone trying to put a glove into a vacuum, and he couldn't move his fingers at all, only like this. And so it's not possible to have all this work they supposedly do on the moon with their hands. It was a video I saw yesterday. It was interesting that you cannot do those accurate movements in those gloves. Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because they can do it underwater.
Yeah. That's a point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your plan now? Can you give me a little bit of an update? What you speak with the others, and you plan talk like this with the others, or what's also the thing with Shiva? He's in turn to give an update now, or his assistant. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dave Weiss didn't hasn't had any response from Shiva. Shiva said contact me, but Dave Weiss didn't get any contact back from Shiva or Shiva's assistant. So I contacted the organization, and out of the blue, the CEO of Shiva's organization for the UK sent me an email. And I said, well, hi, you know. Now, he said he would do his best to make sure that our experiment goes through. And he sent that to Shiva some 10 days ago, I believe. Um, and we haven't heard anything back from that. But I have sent two emails to Michael, the CEO in England, and I'm just waiting for a response. Yes, at the moment,
Like a English department of the Shiva's university, or what is this English thing?
his
CEO.
it's his political movement. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, because Shiva Ayadore was the presidential candidate in the last election, but he got
Yeah.
Trump. Yes. Um, and I imagine he's got different people in different countries, and um, Michael is the CEO for the UK. Yes. So hopefully Michael will get back to me at some time, but I will be sending him another email because I think he would be interested on a political level of uncovering any deception with NASA. Yes, if there is a NASA deception, then I've suggested to him that perhaps he could help us in auditing NASA, yeah, to find out what is actually going on with them. And that way, he can save a lot of money for the campaign. Yes. So at the
Yeah,
moment,
if he's from, yeah, go on, go on.
so I- I'm now just waiting for him to get back to me or Shiva to get back to me because hopefully Shiva has my email address. Um, and it should be within 9 days that he gets back. If he's
Yeah,
back.
it sounded generous. It sounded like he will forward the thing. I read the email. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah. So just waiting to see what happens. Yes.
nice. Yeah, we don't have things to hide. We have a lot of experiments, yeah. I'm now also yeah, join my channel. I did refraction falsification as well, small scale, and now I'm very interested in these ancient buildings. When Shiva is from his origins is from India, he's maybe interested in these temples. Alan does this analysis of those temples that their sun doesn't move in the sky over thousands of years, and in the heliocentric model it should move. And I right now I'm doing the exact analysis for the precession of the sun. It should move in the sky for the 16 degrees, and it didn't at all. These temples, these ancient buildings are great, another indicator of the lie. But yeah, we don't have anything. We can go full on in the conversation. It's hard in Germany to find any physicists to talk with me and us. We have a group which like to do it. Sometimes they write with us, but they don't want to go live and talk. But yeah, I think I will do a video with a summary of the writings I do with physicists, because it's interesting debate sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about me. Yeah,
Do you have David Weiss's app?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that you should be able to see from his app all the people that have his app that are in Germany, and so you could simply contact it one of the blue dots as he calls them. Yes, there must be quite a few in Germany.
Yeah, yeah. These are like-minded people. I talk with those anyways a lot, but I'm interested more in the global, in the non-global awakening, in the awakening of the world to make this more mainstream, to get into debates and to speak with the mainstream physicists. Yeah,
Well,
spoke there.
hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully this year um, we will know a bit more about it. Yes,
yeah. That's why I'm interested in this. Yeah,
more and more popular. Right.
cool.
Now, we're going to run out in a couple of minutes. We're going to run out of time on this stream. But under the video, I will put links for other tests that we've carried out um, over 3 miles, over 5 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles over ice. Yes. Um, a link for that, a link for a laser test that shows Earth to be flat over 35.8 miles. That's a long one. And then, of course, we have the flight from Munich, Germany to Sao Paulo in Brazil, which shows that it's completely flat all the way because for it not to be flat, um, the stars would have to move up, yes, in the sky, and they stay there on the horizon. Yes, they they do turn a little bit, but that's the sky that turns. But
But it turns a little bit. I was in the conversation of this. I'm not 100% sure on this if it's not kinematically possible. If you check the other direction, maybe it's a thing. But you see a
that's
little
it.
bit.
That's it. I'll put a link for that and the return journey. Yes. Now the return journey, the sky should go up twice as fast. Yes, because we're going the other way, and it doesn't. It just stays there. So that's the confirmation that it's flat, and that's over 4,900 miles. Yes, and
Would be cool if we could go on completely dead end south, like not southwest, or if you go one direction only to have an exact measurement of this. But no, I don't know if any flights go long distances straight in one direct in south, for example. Yeah, but yeah, it's still a thing. This more analysis to do with this.
yeah, well, even if we can prove it to be flat over 3 miles, yes, or 23 miles, or 40, or 35 miles, that's good enough. Yes.
Yeah. I recommend you some literature. Edward Henry does a good analysis about what refraction isn't, and their claims doesn't work. It's about water density, like humid densities. They do a false. Uh, um, they analyze it in a wrong way. What they think where the light bends into and what water humidity is, and he does a good call on that. Edward Henry, I recommend his book. I read it quite recently. It's the whole refraction claim is not possible. If all the possible refractions are when that you would see a mirage or you would see the image twice, and this doesn't happen in our tests of long distance observations.
Yeah. I think the Black Swan. I'll put a link for the Black Swan video as well. That shows it to be flat and level, even up to 23 miles. Yes, we can see a boat 23 miles away. Yes. Now they say it's refraction, refracting up, but it's just because it's flat. Yes.
Yeah,
It's quite
to the
simple.
horizon.
Their refraction is simply an excuse. Yes. But it's getting it peer reviewed. If we can get Stone's um, flight peer reviewed and published, that'd be great. Yes. Now I think we have to finish there. So thank you very
Okay.
much for telling us about your experiment, and I hope it goes well. And I I'm I'll be interested to hear what a Glober does over 6 kilometers. Yes, with your test. That should be interesting. Yeah, as Jesse said, he might do it. Yeah, it's in the pipeline. So
Yes, said, yeah.
yeah, so we'll say goodbye there, and I'll get this loaded up onto YouTube. Okay, bye for now.
All the best and keep the work.
Okay, thanks. Bye then.
Thanks.